And welcome to my channel, and welcome to another episode of the Photo Lounge. I've been taking up the last few weeks on building the back and the lens mount to get this lovely old travel camera back up and ready and running. And I've done it, and I've taken the first few shots on it, and I'm going to show you those in just a minute. For that, I'm going to do a little bit of a review of the Stearman press tanks for large format. I've got two at the moment, although I may not have two forever. This is the 5x4 version, or 4x5 for you people across the other side of the Atlantic. And what we have here is the huge 10.8 version. Of course, I'm using the 10.8 version now because I have 5.7. So this one, by the way, is wet on the inside because I was using it just this morning. So what are my thoughts in general? I've made a few notes on here in the past about the 5x4 tank. One of the issues with it, I've found, is that it just falls over really easily. I've not had a problem really with it leaking. Squeeze the air out as they recommend, and it doesn't. But I have had some problems loading it. It's not the easiest in my dark tent. Nearly call it a light tent then, but my dark tent. This has a tendency of falling over, and it's a pain. Also, in order to load the little negative carriers that you have in here, let me just take the lid off this. It doesn't, again, like coming apart, because when the O-ring's dry, it kind of squeaks a bit. But these negative carriers, they're a bit of a pain to slide the film into. They come out okay. To me, it's not the best design in the world, but if you're in the market for a 5.4 tank, there aren't that many options. There are spirals and such that are available from Far Eastern sellers, but this is around £100 UK, and is okay. £100 is quite a lot for a plastic tank, but not as much as the 10.8 tank. My thoughts on this: if it weren't that I may be considering doing some colour developing with 5.4, I would sell this immediately, because the 10.8 tank takes 4 5.4s spread around, and there's dividers that stop them getting too friendly. Of course, it takes 2 7.5s and or 1 10.8. So it has the 5.4 covered without this. The difficulty would be, as far as I can see, water jacketing this so that you could do development with higher colour temperatures. There may be other ways around it. I mean, I've been looking at using immersion heaters to heat a bath, do this. I'm not 100% sure how I'll do it. I know that this is most certainly the best solution for black and white. It is expensive. In the UK, this is £170 for what is essentially a plastic developing tray with some light tight bits and some plastic baffles. It's not a lot for your money, but then again, there's not a lot else that will do that for you. In general, time over again, I will probably buy this and not buy the 455 Stearman. Apparently there's soon going to be a gadget available which allows you to double a 7x5 in half and develop it in the Stearman, but that's far from ideal. I think the 10.8 is the best option on this. From below the table I will bring up a whole big stack of 7x5 double dark slides. So I'm going to keep saying 7x5 because I know it needles you across the Atlantic. Not really, but what we've got here are a couple that I brought the Lisco Royal type that I got from the US. These I think cost me about £35 each, which is quite a lot of money, but I was prepared to pay that to get some 7x5s. They're okay, they work fine, they're light tight. But I also spotted these on the great and dreaded eBay. These are Kodak double dark slides from way back in the day. Essentially, and some of these have still got their alloy slides. This one's a plastic one, I think, or a Bakelite one. I think these must date back to the 40s or early 50s. They are wooden. They're absolutely lovely things. They don't quite fit in the back that I've made from this, and I think this is because I've made it a little too tight on the bottom end. I'm going to amend that, I'm going to check it up, but all of these need a little bit of rebuilding. They certainly need the tape done on the bottom edges and a really, really good clean out. I shall probably take them apart at the top and clean everything out, and then test them with some film for being light tight. They're actually fairly mucky at the moment because they're in exactly the same state that they came from a junk shop, basically. There's a couple of nice ones here that have got gold embossing from possibly some photographer back in the day, and certainly one of them is got a sticker on that says Chicago, Illinois, so yeah, it looks like pigeon poo on there. Anyway, you know, rough with the smooth, pigeon poo along with your double dark slides. Good stuff. But anyway, we'll be going through getting these back into operation, and they're molting dust all over my 10.8 tank, so I'll be careful there. Moving on from that, we're going to take a look at the results from the old 7.5 camera. There you go, literally a couple of images taken by wandering down to our local spot of hollow ponds, setting up the tripod and shooting a few frames. Nothing special, just to test everything was light tight, which it was, and a little bit of fogging on the very corners where the actual double dark slides, just let in a little tiny bit, but that's actually out of the image area, so I'm not actually too worried about that. And that was actually only on one dark slide. So that was that. And I'm going to give you some clues about projects that are going to be up and coming in the photo lounge, and one of those will be that I've got hold of some fabulous books. These are called The Amateur Mechanic, and they were published in 1914, and in these there are some fabulous plans for building large format cameras. So I'm going to be kind of converting those for modern sensibilities, and I think there's going to be a 5x7 camera with full movements going to come out of it. We shall see. These books are fantastic, by the way. If you can find yourself copies, then yeah, I mean, you want to learn how to make synthetic marble or stuff an otter. You'll get all of that. Don't get too many otters to stuff around here, but you know, it's the way it is. Oh yeah, metal fretwork and saw piercing, woodwork and pairing, tons of interesting things. But I digress. I've also found a good supply of what amounts to the Holy Grail in building cameras, which is a lightweight black fabric, and it's completely light tight, and it's also waterproof, and it's a natural fibre. So I'm going to be making some bellows, and I'm going to take you on that journey at some point soon. You can't help but notice that I'm not sat at my usual computer today. I thought I'd have a bit of a change and see how you guys liked a little bit of my cupboard with my collection of cameras behind me, and a nice table in front so I can put things on, and it stops the dreaded autofocus going mad, and it generally improves performance a bit. Well, that's about it for this time. I'm going to be doing plenty more with the 10-8 tank and the 7x5 camera, because I'm off to the wilds of Hastings next weekend for a photo shoot come holiday, but there should still be an episode shortly after that. And if you've liked what you've seen, perhaps you might ring that bell, give us a like, and if you want to see more on a regular basis, think about subscribing. Helps the channel out and makes me happy. Anyway, till next time, take care and see you soon.